Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to make a gorgeous card for belated birthdays using lots of Anna Griffin goodies. And I'm sure if, like me, you come across this problem quite a lot through life, that you forget somebody's birthday. So it would be nice to have a few cards made up for when that moment happens and you think, oh, darn it, I've forgotten so-and-so's birthday. I think this one would be a great one to have just on the back benches, you know, put away for when that terrible moment hits. Everything I use I shall put on my blog. There'll be a detailed list there for everything. If you've ever got any questions or comments or just a general hello message, please contact me through my blog or Facebook. You can comment on YouTube, but I can't reply to you on YouTube. So if you've got any questions, stick to my blog or Facebook. And please don't forget, for UK viewers, Anna is on QVC UK on the 30th of May at noon. I think she's on at 6 as well. So tune in that day, because I'm sure she's going to have lots of amazing products and lots of things that we're all going to want, because I know I will. So there we go. Right, so let's make a card. The first thing that we're going to need is our base card. This is a 7x5" card, and this is my favourite size of card. So on our cardometer it looks like this. So the largest size is our A4. Then we go down to our A5 or A3 for my friends across the pond. And then the size that we're using is the 7x5. Now I know a lot of people call it 5x7, but over here, and me, I call it 7x5. So for my friends across the pond, when they're talking 5x7, this is the same card. This is the same size. So this is an ivory card. And as always, I'm going to use my bone folder from my trusty Essential Toolkit from Anna to make sure I've got a nice clean score along the edge, so it looks professional and it'll stand up nicely. So let's do the inside first, and I've gone ahead and made a background, and I want to explain how I've done this because it's a very simple process. I wish I could show you the process for everything every time, but unfortunately I can't, because I have to prep so quickly and I have so many to prep for. So there's few and far between. I know we've just had one on Monday that I showed the process to make the background. Well, this is really easy. I've taken one of Anna's stamps, and I shall show you which one it is in just a moment. I've stamped around the edge of a piece of ivory cardstock, and I've stamped in an embossing ink. And then I've put a transparent heat embossing powder over the top, and I've heat embossed it to get that effect. You can just see there the little bit of shine from it, and I've heat embossed it, and then I've alternatively added ink. So then I've added an olive green and then a pink, olive green then pink, and then I've just blended it slightly to give it that effect. Now the stamp that I used, and you're not going to believe this, but it was this. Now this is it's topiary, and it's from the Easter and Love seasonal stamps from Anna, and you can see the pattern at the top of the tree. And that's the pattern that we've got around the edge. So sometimes look at your stamps, because you don't have to use them as they are. You can be versatile with them. And I just thought that made such a pretty pattern, and it made the background stand out so much that, you know, it's something different. So I'm going to add this background to the centre of my card and press it down, and I've used a slightly different coloured ivory to the card because I'm not hung up on making sure everything matches. I like that contrast with this because it makes it look a bit darker, and it's only because of the stamping around the edge and the colour of the ink. So that's our base for the inside. Next, I've taken one of Anna's favourite flower stickers, and instead of using it as a 3D sticker, I've taken the top section away so that it's a flat image, and I've run it through my Xyron machine so that it's got adhesive on the back of it, and then I can simply add it to the centre, and I'm going to overlap the side and the bottom of the inside, so it just hangs over a little bit to the edge, and the stalk does as well. And then I've taken one of Anna's chalkboard stamps, and I've stamped out the words "for my dear friend," and I've used a pink ink, and then I've just simply trimmed it, and I'm going to add this just to the centre, underneath slightly part of the rose, and I'm going to press it down, and that's our insert finished. We've got enough room for a nice little message and a nice little story with your to and your from, and that's just such a pretty insert. So now we can turn our attention to the outside. We're just going to use our bone folder again to make sure that score is nice and sharp still, and then we're going to put the background first layer onto our card. And you're all shouting at the screen going, "Oh, there's a hole in it, Anne-Marie. Oh, look, you're not using a full layer." I'm being very economical with my first layer because I've die cut a fretwork die from the Fretwork 2 set from Anna out of the centre, and I've trimmed my metallic layer so it'll fit my 7x5 card, because I just want the edge of it to show. So it's silly to use a full piece because, you know, you can use the inner section for something else. Now, I know I don't always, but it's nice to be able to show you varieties. So this, for any new viewers, this is, some people call it gutting, and I don't like that term. So I like to just call it being economical with my cardstock. So we've taken the centre out, and I'm just going to simply position it as if it was just a full layer. So I'm pretending I can't see the hole in the middle, and it's not going to affect the look of the card at all when it's finished, and nobody will ever know that you've done that. So for anybody who's a bit, shall we say, pedantic, thinking, "Oh, I can't do that because all the layers have got to be level," you can do it because there's only you who knows. And if that's an issue, then fair enough. But when you see the finished card, you will never know that that's been done. Our next layer is very similar to the layer that we created for the inside. I've used the rose tree again around the edge. I've stamped it, and then I've heat embossed it, and then I've inked it with the alternative ink, the pink and the green, and I've taken the green onto the centre. Now I've made it patchy because I think it looks quite nice like that. It goes with the pattern and the way that I've inked it in the different colours, and it is going to blend in with everything else, so you're not going to see it. If you're a little bit funny about your inking and you like it all smooth and neat, then you do it nice and smooth and neat. And a top tip, if you're inking using something like distress inks, if you add a little bit of, if you add your colour onto a glass mat or a non-porous surface and add a touch of glycerine and then blend, you will get a much smoother blend if you're having trouble or you want something smoother, if that makes sense. Okay, so this background is on flat tape, and I'm just going to position it over our base metallic layer. You know, the one that had the hole in the middle that now you can't see and nobody would ever know? So that's hidden that nicely. Next, where we cut the actual Fretwork 2 die, I've got a little bit of tape on the back of it, because in the places that I put the tape, you're not going to see the tape, it's going to be covered. And I am going to add a tiny bit of liquid glue on the back, and it might have just sealed up, so I'll just bear with me while I stick a pin in the centre of my glue to get it going again. Hopefully that will have done the job. Yep. Now on the back of the die cut, there are areas that are big enough to hold a little dab of glue. So don't worry about how you're going to stick it down, because there are areas. And I'm going to add it slightly off centre to one side. Now, as you all know, I am a little bit of a symmetrical lover. So this card was slightly difficult for me to put together because it's not quite going to be symmetrical. So I tried so hard not to make it symmetrical. So the first thing, now we've got our fretwork layer down, is I've got 2 of Anna's gold flourish stickers, and I'm just trying to position them where I think they're going to go best. Plus, I can't remember how I set it out. So we're going to go with this side, because I set so many projects out, and when it comes to doing them, if I've got sort of 6 or 7 ready, and I've set them out last week, as they say, I've slept since then. So, hey ho. Okay, so we peel the back away. Now I'm just going to add just a touch of liquid glue. You don't have to, but my projects sit in a box for such a very long time. But because this is a belated birthday card, this will probably end up going to somebody. Because I forget so many. I'm so naughty. So our second flourish, again, peel the back of the sticker away, and I can add a little bit of glue on here. As I say, you don't have to, but for reassurance, or if it's just going to sit and wait for a while before you give it, then it's nice to know that it'll still be stuck. Okay, so I know it looks a little bit odd, but don't worry, we're going to build it up. So next, I've got some of Anna's favourite flowers, and these beautiful roses. These are stickers as well, and I'm going to simply peel the back of them away like this, and I'm going to just add a touch of glue, and I'm going to start positioning them on to my card. So we'll go with one at this side, like so, and then we've got one exactly the same that I'm going to put at the other side, like that, and I'm going to lay it down. There we go. Now the good thing about putting a dot of glue on is that you can just slightly reposition them if you want. You get a little bit of wiggle room, so that's good. Now the third flower is going to go somewhere around here, and it's going to just slot in there. There we go. Then I've got a sentiment for the corner, and let's not forget this is our belated birthday card for people like me that just don't remember. And I'm going to just position that in the corner like that, slide it under that flower, there we go. And then to finish, I've got a little bow that I think we'll add there. And that's our card finished. Oh, excuse me. So our perfect card, inside and out, stands up nicely. You won't need any extra wrapping to post it, and it's just such a pretty card. I do hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope it's given you a good idea of how to use some of Anna Griffin's amazing products. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.